Could Canada join the European Union? A bold idea or an impossible dream? As a tune of Ode to Joy echoes across North America, the flag of the European Union flutters in the wind. A strange sight, isn't it? Yet, in recent years, the idea of Canada joining the EU...
So let's turn to Canada because the new Prime Minister is expected to announce a snap election. He has been visiting the country's Governor-General.
America is not Canada. And Canada never, ever will be part of America in any way.
Okay, we begin in Washington, where President Donald Trump is uttering more threats against Canada and talking about who should run Canada.
Has been discussed more frequently. But why would Canada consider such a move, and is it even possible? Today, we explore this intriguing possibility. We'll examine the economic and political implications, its impact on global power dynamics, and how Canadians perceive the idea. Is Canada on the path to becoming the 28th member of the EU? Let's find out. Why would Canada want to join the EU? At first glance, the notion may seem far-fetched. Canada is a wealthy nation with abundant natural resources and strong trade ties with the United States. However, Canada has deep-rooted historical and cultural connections with Europe. Universal health care, bilingualism, and ties to the monarchy make it the most European country in North America. Recent tensions with Washington have accelerated Canada's search for new economic and strategic partnerships. The European Union, a powerful economic bloc, offers enticing benefits: free trade agreements, customs advantages, and broader market access. Canada's growing interest in the EU is no accident. Trade disputes, diplomatic rifts, and Arctic tensions, especially during Donald Trump's presidency, have pushed Ottawa to explore new alliances. The EU, with its economic stability and shared values, has become an attractive alternative. Since the Canada-EU Free Trade Agreement CETA, discussions have arisen in Ottawa. Could deeper integration be possible? While critics see this as a threat to Canada's sovereignty, supporters argue that aligning with Europe is a safer bet in an increasingly uncertain world. Why would the EU want Canada? For the European Union, welcoming Canada could be a strategic move, especially after Brexit. Losing the UK was a major economic setback, and Canada's entry could reinvigorate transatlantic trade. With its energy resources and defense industry, Canada could contribute significantly to areas where the EU seeks to strengthen itself. The EU's new €150 billion defense fund encourages member states to increase military spending. Canada, with its advanced technology and industrial capacity, could become a vital partner in Europe's rearmament efforts. Moreover, Canada's shift toward the EU is partly driven by its complicated relationship with the U.S. Trump's trade wars and protectionist policies strain economic ties, making Ottawa reconsider its heavy reliance on its southern neighbor. Prime Minister Mark Carney's decision to visit Paris and London before Washington upon taking office was seen as a clear signal of Canada's evolving priorities. Yet, Canada remains a committed NATO member and actively participates in European-led missions, such as those in Ukraine. While still balancing its U.S. ties, Canada is eager to explore closer economic collaboration with the EU, aiming to diversify its markets and lessen its dependency on American trade. Can Canada legally join the EU? Despite the enthusiasm, there is a significant legal hurdle. Article 49 of the Treaty on European Union states that only European states can apply for membership. The term European is not strictly defined, but geographically, Canada is located in North America, making its application questionable. In 2025, a spokesperson for European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen acknowledged Canada's growing interest in the EU, but clarified that, under current rules, Canada does not qualify. However, a 1992 EU document suggests that European identity is shaped not only by geography, but also by shared values, ideas, and historical interactions. Some precedents exist, albeit with caveats. In 2004, Cyprus, politically European but geographically in West Asia, joined the EU. Turkey remains an official candidate, though negotiations have stalled. In contrast, Morocco's 1987 application was rejected on the grounds that it was not a European country. Legal experts argue that since Canada is neither a European state nor a member of the Council of Europe, it does not meet the requirements for EU accession. While southern Cyprus and Turkey were deemed exceptions due to their historical and cultural ties with Europe, Canada's case is fundamentally different. Therefore, unless EU treaties are amended, Canada's membership remains legally unfeasible. Do Canadians support the idea? Public opinion in Canada is divided. Polls suggest that 40 to 50% of Canadians see EU membership as a beneficial opportunity, particularly younger generations and urban residents who identify with Europe's cultural and political values. They argue that Canada already functions as a European-style welfare state. However, opponents raise concerns about loss of sovereignty, geographical distance, and internal challenges within the EU. With around 44% supporting the idea, 34% opposing, and 25% undecided, there is no overwhelming majority on either side. A strategic shift for Canada? Beyond trade, Canada is also reconsidering its defense strategies. Seeking to reduce its dependence on the U.S., it has begun exploring military cooperation with the EU. The EU's new defense strategy for 2030 mandates that at least 65% of defense procurement be sourced from European manufacturers, Norway, or Ukraine. In response, Canada has shown interest in acquiring European-made fighter jets, such as Sweden's Saab Gripen, to complement its existing F-35 deal with the U.S. This diversification of military procurement aligns with Europe's push for strategic autonomy. Meanwhile, Canadian Foreign Minister Melanie Joly has confirmed ongoing discussions with Europe on defense cooperation. Experts suggest Canada could provide a crucial training ground for European forces and contribute to the EU's defense industry. The war in Ukraine has underscored Europe's need for self-reliance and security, and Canada's role as a reliable partner could be key. Energy is another crucial factor. With Europe striving to reduce its reliance on Russian energy, Canada could be an important supplier of liquefied natural gas, LNG, and critical minerals. However, infrastructure constraints, such as a lack of pipelines and ports, remain a challenge. Joint investments in EU financial backing could help overcome these barriers. Could this idea become reality? While Canada's full membership in the EU remains unlikely due to legal and geographical constraints, closer economic and defense cooperation is already unfolding. The shifting global landscape is pushing Canada to diversify its alliances, and Europe is a natural partner in this effort. The conversation surrounding Canada's relationship with the EU is no longer a mere fantasy. It is a serious topic in political circles, media discussions, and public debates. Even if outright membership remains out of reach, Canada and the EU are poised to strengthen their partnership in trade, security, and energy. What do you think? Could Canada break free from the U.S.'s shadow and forge a new path with Europe? Or will geographical and political realities prevent this vision from materializing? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this discussion, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on global affairs. Thank you for watching.